Hello and welcome. If this is your first time here, I'm Garth Allen. This is Racing News Now, and we're joined today by the driver of the number 46 Ford in the ARCA Series, Thad Moffitt. Thad, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Garth. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, no problem. So let's talk about Friday at Phoenix. Career best night for you with a finish to third. Even led some laps. Haven't first time you've done that since 2018. Led 5 of them. So talk us through your day on Friday. How'd you get to that point?
Coming into the weekend, I felt like we would have a lot of speed and that we'd have a shot to win, being that David won the fall race previous and all of the cars ran inside the top five all night in the fall race before, and then back in the spring last year we qualified fifth and blew a tire with 20 to go when really we should have had another top 10 for sure, possibly top five. We were running like seventh or eighth at the time, I believe. But I knew that we would have a lot of speed, and I think that the way that the race played out and the way that Derek called the race and put us in position to lead just gave us the track position we needed. Because man, there was a lot of good cars in that race. That was a pretty stacked field. I felt like showing up that 15 people on the entry list had a shot at winning the race, and so for us to be able to get that track position early and hold steady in the top 5 or 6 for the majority of the race and then lead some laps, like you said. I feel like one place at the 18 really, really beat me was on restarts. So I definitely need to get better at restarts. Just being in that position more, I think, and learning will help me do that. But, I think that overall we had a solid night. I wish that we could have had a little bit more speed to compete with the 20 and the 18 for the most of the race. I feel like they were kind of in a class of their own. But for us to get the best possible outcome for what we had, I think was really good.
So how much confidence does this give you going forward now that you know you have this kind of speed?
I have a lot of confidence going to the short tracks this year. I have a feeling we're going to win at least one short track, possibly 2 or 3 short tracks. I know that we have the team to do it. I know that we have the equipment to do it now. I think it's just putting all the puzzle pieces together. There's a lot that goes into winning a race. There's a lot that goes into just running a race, but winning a race, there's a lot that goes into that. And I think with the caliber of people that we have in the shop now and the way that I'm gelling with my team at this point, I expect us to run very well. And not only on the short tracks, I think at Daytona we had a really, really fast car, and I kind of made a silly move early, trying to go 3 wide in the middle. And I think that going into Talladega will show that same speed and be in contention for a win at Talladega too. Restrictor plate racing, just so you kind of have to take it for what it is. You kind of have to take it for what it is. And I don't dislike it, but I don't necessarily love it. You're kind of at the mercy of everybody else at those places. It is fun. It is a really, really fun type of racing until it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
And that happens really fast. So I'm looking forward to the next one being Talladega, and with Clean Packs and Clean Harbors and Aqua Chem Packs. I think we have some really good partners lined up this year, and hopefully we can get this full 20 race schedule filled out and run against the 20 and the 18 for championship.
So you mentioned how confident you are that you can go out and win a short track or two this year. What would that mean to you? As long as you've been putting in the time in the ARCA Menard series now, how much would that mean to you to finally be able to pick up that first win this year?
Man, that would mean the world to me, really. I know, after I won my first late model stock race, my grandpa called me first thing, and he was like, "You did good, but you got 199 more to go." And so, just for me to just keep, I've won at every series, every level I've been in, up into the ARCA series at this point, and we're getting closer and closer. I think we really have the team and equipment to do it this year. Last year, I think that we were just a little bit behind Venturini and the 18 car, but this year is the year that I think that we can compete with them and outrun them at certain places. I haven't been in any of our mile and a half stuff yet, but we were definitely behind on the mile and a halves, and I think we're going to get better. We did a lot of work in the off season on this Ford body. Last year was our first season with Ford. So I think that just the improvements that we've already shown in these first 2 races will just continue to show all year.
So my understanding is you're working on running the full season this year, but you don't quite have all the sponsorship yet. Is that still the case?
That is the case. Correct.
Okay. How many races do you have right now?
14. So
Okay.
6 is what we need. 6 is the number to get to the 20 race schedule. And I think that we have a lot more in the works than we did last year at this point. So I think just keep having runs like we had this weekend, keep leading laps, keep running up front, and maybe turn some heads and try and get some more races sold.
So you touched on it a little bit a minute ago about Talladega. Let's talk about Talladega a little more in depth now. We're a little more than a month away from it, so you get some time to think about Talladega. That's a track that you've done really well at in the past, even if the results don't necessarily show it. You seem to have a lot of bad luck at Daytona and Talladega. So, what are you expecting out of that race?
Kind of the same thing that I expect every week. This year, every week I'm expecting to go and run in the top five and be a staple in the top five this year. I think that that's kind of the tone that we have to set as a team, and I think that people are going to learn that they're going to have to beat us to win races this year. And I feel very confident that we have the speed to run in the top five every week, and I think we definitely have the team, and I feel like I have the driving ability to be able to do that. Just like I said, Talladega and Daytona, man, I've been and I've loved them, and then I leave and I hate them. It's a love-hate relationship because
Yeah.
it's just you're at the mercy of everything else. Like blowing a tire with 10 to go in my debut at Daytona. Was just kind of a freak accident. Like General Tires said, I ran over something, and I was running 11th. So that means that 10 cars passed that same piece of debris that I ran over before I ran over it. So it's just one of those deals. Man, I know we have the speed. I feel like I have the head to be able to kind of keep myself clean, try and keep myself more clean, and just be able to run up front. The best way to make friends at those places is to have a fast race car, because then they don't have an option of whether they want to draft with you or not. They just kind of do it if you're fast. So I think we'll have the speed, and it'll show a lot on April 24th when we show up.
Definitely. All right. Well, Thad, thanks for joining us today. It's been a pleasure as always. Congratulations on that career best finish at Phoenix, and good luck here in about a month at Talladega.
Yeah, thanks, Garth.